Hi, this is Vicki from Brewery Products here with another episode of Beer Talk on WOYK. Joining us today is Mike Anderson from Big Oyster Brewing. Big Oyster is from Lewis, Delaware, and we want to welcome them to York, PA within the last 6 months. And lots of residents around here vacation, have homes, or have retired to that area. And Mike, how did that translate into the consumer base here in York County?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So it's been a pleasant surprise for us. I mean, we've been expanding pretty much every year since we opened in June of 2014, and we were fortunate enough to be able to expand our radius into York, Pennsylvania. And we found through our loyalty club and fan base that York, Pennsylvania was actually more of a hot spot than we anticipated, and the relationship's been awesome so far.
Yeah, we're excited to hear that we're a hot spot. That's awesome. I'd love to tell people about, what you are known for. What styles are you working on that have kind of shown through in your portfolio?
So we've always tried to be as traditional to beer styles as we can. Obviously, market demands and national trends are part of what pushes most breweries into brewing certain styles, but we've recently ironed out that sours are kind of the number 2 style in our portfolio behind our IPAs, and then we also have some Belgian beers too. But Hammerhead IPA is our flagship West Coast IPA with 6 different hops, and then we also have Vibrations, which is a double IPA with some citrus character, and then a little bit of a pine and West Coast style IPA batch.
Back to the sours, which is actually a favorite of mine. And when people hear sour, a lot of times they're not sure if it's something they like, but the way I describe it is refreshing. Is that accurate to you too?
Yeah, so there's a whole variety of sours, and there's some that are super, super tart, super sour that kind of make you pucker a little bit, that take a little bit longer to put down, but ours are definitely on the lighter side. So ours are tart, but not super sour. We don't use like lactic acid in ours, which is kind of that product that makes it super tart. And then we use fresh fruit puree in all of our sours. So Sarah, which is the most recent sour that we put out for distribution, is brewed with pureed strawberry and vanilla beans. So it's really light. It's got a little bit of tart character to it, but it's super refreshing. It's great for warm days and in beach environments, of course.
Oh, definitely. Well, you have to worry about the beach environment down there. And of course, when we're up here drinking this, we want to be able to close our eyes and imagine that we are in Delaware.
Yeah, you want to drink while you're on vacation, or imagine that you're on vacation, right?
It's a staycation in a can.
There you go.
Sarah, as you mentioned, there's a great story behind it and will resonate with breast cancer survivors everywhere, myself being one of them. Can you tell me a little bit about how Sarah came about for you?
Sure. So a little bit about our sour program in general. So the first sour that we put out was made in French oak barrels. And we wanted to come up with a name that was kind of not necessarily trendy, but something that sounded a little French. So we named it Chloe, and it kind of snowballed, not necessarily intentionally, but we named all of our sour program after women's names. So we've had Isabel.
That's a wonderful idea.
Right, yeah, and it's cool because people who come in, they see a beer with their name on it, they definitely drink it and enjoy it, and they tell their friends that we made the beer for them and all that stuff, and it's a good time. And then, of course, our fiancés and wives are saying, when's my beer? When's my beer?
Yeah, so that means the portfolio is definitely just going to keep growing.
Yep, it seems to be going in that direction. So we started with Isabel, we had Jenny Sour, we did Marley recently, and then Sarah was previously named Scarlet, but this beer is a collaboration with the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition and the Young Survivors in Action. It's a Delaware-based coalition, but it's not specific to Delaware. There's also people in Maryland and Pennsylvania who participate, and then they try to keep cancer survivors in action, doing yoga, doing retreats, different kind of things to keep people active during their battles. And then we decided to name the beer Sarah after Sarah Dickinson, who's one of our brewery friends who's currently battling cancer. So we wanted to honor her and then be able to donate some money to the funds.